Hey guys, welcome to my video. Today I am gonna show you my everyday makeup look, and I'm gonna show you guys in every detail possible. I'm gonna explain to you what I'm doing and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So if you're interested with that, just keep on watching. So I already did my prep, which is my skincare. So that would be serum, moisturizer, sunscreen, eye cream, whatever you do for your skincare routine. And then now I'm gonna go ahead with my Hero Rescue Balm, and this one is the green one, so it's gonna help you get rid of your redness, which I desperately need. My skin is very sensitive. You get a small amount like this because a little does go a long way, and you just want to go ahead and warm it up on your hand and start applying it to the redness that you have on your face. I like to go all over like a little skin tint. As you can see, it's already changing, and it doesn't have a tint, it's more of a green cream. So that is done, and it looks a little bit better, but now it's makeup time. So my next step would be primer, and today I'm gonna go ahead and use the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. This is one of my favorites because it smooths out your face tremendously. And I would grab this much, or actually some more, so that much. A little does go a long way, which I love. And we're gonna go ahead and focus it where we have large pores, and you want to push it in so we can fill them up and make it very smooth when you apply makeup. I like to go everywhere with this because I want my whole makeup and my whole face to be very smooth. While this primer sits, I like to do my brows. So what I do for brows is I basically change it up here and there, but for today I'm gonna keep it natural. Today I'm gonna be using the Combat Gel for the brows, and this stuff is so strong. It holds my stubborn hair, keeps them in the place that I want them all day long. And I live in Arizona, so the weather here is ridiculously very hot. So I'm surprised that this holds up against the heat. So what I'm gonna do is grab a small little spoolie that it came with, and I'm just gonna pick up some gel. You want to get a little bit because, again, a little bit goes a long way, and this stuff is so strong. And you just gotta work a little bit quickly because it dries quickly. So I start from the back, move it to the front because I want the most gel in the back. And another alternative for this gel would be the NYX brow glue, and it's a little it's almost around the same price point because this one was I believe $13, maybe more after tax. And yes, and the NYX brow glue is maybe a little above $10 after the tax. After the gel, I'm gonna go ahead with my NYX Lift and Snatch brow pen in the shade Espresso. And what I like to do is just fill in the sparse areas, so the ends of my brows and a little bit to the front, because I want to keep it natural. So what I'm gonna do is just draw hair-like strokes, and I'm just gonna go messily with it. So just follow your natural hair. So flick down, flick to the side, up, and you can go as much as you want. It's just gonna add definition into your brows and not make it too much, and that's what I like about brow pens. Okay, brows are done, and it's been about a minute on leaving this primer to set and do its thing. So now my next product that I'm gonna go with is concealer. So for today, I'm gonna be using my usual, which is my NYX Bare With Me concealer. This is in the shade beige, and I like to use this sorta as my skin tint, but mainly focus it like in the areas that I really need it, since I'm gonna go with a lighter base today. So I'm gonna pick some up onto my finger, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and dot in the places I need it. So like under the eyes, my nose, up to my forehead, and right here, because that's where I have my redness, and a little bit right there, and my chin. And I blend it out with a sponge. So we're gonna go ahead and blend this out. I'm gonna blend my under eyes last, so it can like thicken up and give me the best coverage under there. So concealer is done, and now I'm gonna go with my contour. I switch my contour products very often, but today I'm gonna go ahead and use the She Glam contour stick. This is in the shade Soft Tan, and I don't touch the outsides of my face unless like I feel like it that day, but today I'm just gonna use it for my nose and then go from there. The way I contour my nose is a little like different every time, because I'm still figuring out how to contour my nose shape, because I have a bump and I'm trying to figure out how to contour it, since most people that do contour tutorials have a really like buttony nose, and I just prefer to just contour it right like this. That I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out with a small detailed brush like this. It looks a little crusty, I know, but I'm gonna go ahead and start blending this out. And when it comes to nose contours, you don't want to drag and start blending it in all sorts of places you didn't put it. You can tap it in and swipe it like very small to keep its shape, because you don't want to look crazy. And to clean up the nose contour, I would sometimes use my powder, but today I'm gonna use another concealer, and this one is the She Glam concealer in the shade Cotton Candy, and it's a very light concealer, but I use it to brighten up my face and also clean up my contour. So I'm gonna go ahead and scrape some product out, because you don't want too much of it. You want to just place it in the areas you need to brighten, so like right here and in the inner corner. And the way I'm gonna blend it out is gonna be a little important, because you want to use this concealer to snatch up your nose contour. So with the same sponge, I'm gonna go ahead and start blending it out very slow. You can go ahead and use your fingers. I mix between the two because sometimes the sponge is too big to get into small spaces. So now for the sides, I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out, and I'm gonna start dragging it down my nose right below the contour, because I want to go ahead and snatch it. And then I'm not gonna go too far out, I'm gonna keep it in the inner corner to brighten that up, and I'm gonna mainly focus it on the sides of my nose. So you can see how slight of a difference it made between this side. For my cream highlights, I use the NYX Wonder Stick Contour Highlight Duo. This is in the shade Universal Light, and the highlighter side is like a pearly iridescent type of highlight, and it's very brightening. So I would just put a small amount on the areas I put my concealer, so only right here and here. I don't touch my cheeks because I sometimes don't like the look of it. So with my fingers I am blending it out. So that's it for my contour highlight. And next is blush, and I really like blush. I will drown in it. I will put so much of it. So my placement with blush is a bit different, but I took notes from like Korean makeup artists. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you. I am using the She Glam liquid blush in the shade Risky Business, and it's this very like pinky corally color, and I'm gonna go and place a dot right about there, and I'm gonna quickly blend it out because this does dry fast. So we're gonna go ahead and do tapping motions and circular motions as well. So we're gonna tap it, blend. It's okay to go under your eye, and we're gonna go all the way up to our highest point of our cheek because I want that lifting effect, but still of that dolly look, which is why I placed it where I placed it. So we're gonna go ahead and blend this out. And this blush is very pigmented. I really like it, and I'm gonna probably add some more, but I'm gonna do the other side now. A little bit on the nose. Now that my blush is done, I'm gonna go ahead with my powders, and I still do the 2 powder method like my old tutorial. And the first powder that I'm gonna use is the Maybelline Fit Me, and this is in the shade 130, and I got it more of my shade instead of the bright shade that I used before, just because it looks more natural. And I am blending out those creases that I may have gotten so I can get ready for the powders. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use the pressed powder first. So with a crusty dusty powder puff, we're gonna pick some up and we're gonna smooth it out on our hands because we don't want it to look so cakey. So tap, smooth, and then we're gonna go ahead and powder. So I go the sides of my nose and out. So you want to keep that shape, so when you snatch up your nose more, it's gonna look really nice. You can see how smooth it got based on this side. So we're gonna do it on the other side now. I still do keep it under my eyes because that's where I want the most smoothness. And with my second powder, I am gonna go on top of it but everywhere else as well. So I'm gonna show you that in a minute. So the second powder that I use is a loose powder, and it's the Wet n Wild Photo Focus in the shade Translucent. And I know it looks crusty dusty, but I've been having it for years, so don't judge me. And what I'm gonna do is pick some up, and there is some on the lid, so I'm gonna use that first so that way I don't end up caking up my makeup. And with another powder puff, I'm gonna pick some up and smooth it out just the same way as I did with the pressed powder. So sides of our nose, out. Them up again. We're gonna do the other side now. And you can see it's starting to snatch our nose, which I do like about powder. Now that is done, and I'm gonna go ahead and do my powder contour and powder blush just so that it can stay all day long. And for that, we're gonna use in the shade Sunkissed. This is a silky matte powder, and I use this like very angly nose contour brush that I got off of Shein, and because this is so pigmented, I'm gonna pick up a little bit at a time. I don't want to mess up the nose contour, and we're basically gonna go on top of whatever we've done with cream. I'm gonna go ahead and use powder blush. It's in the same brand, which is the Milani Rose Powder Blush in the shade 08 Tea Rose, and this is the look of it. I like to sort of match the shades of my liquid blush or cream blush to my powder blush. That way it looks natural. And I'm gonna go crazy with the same area where we put that liquid blush. I would sometimes go with a powder highlight, but because of it looking so bright already, I'm not gonna touch it. So now that the powders are all applied, I set my face, and I only set in that time because if I set on top of my mascara or eye makeup, my lashes fall down and it starts to look weird. So I'm only gonna set my face now and then finish my makeup, and then that's it. And it's been doing really good so far. I really like how it looks throughout the day. So my setting spray that I'm gonna use is the e.l.f. setting spray, and I'm gonna douse my face in it, and then I'm gonna use a fan to dry my face. So shake it up, and then we're gonna douse our face. Just like that, and it's gonna start melting all those powders and make it look like skin. So I'm gonna go ahead and speed this up with my fan. Now that our face is dry, I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyeliner that I do every single day and my mascara. So for my eyeliner, I'm gonna use my NYX Epic Ink liner in the shade Black, and this is like my ride or die. This is like very waterproof, and it doesn't budge or smudge or anything like that. It just stays in its place all day. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyeliner. I'm gonna try to show you how I do it. So with my mirror, I'm gonna go ahead and start drawing a line like that, and then we're gonna go ahead and connect it to our eye line. Make that end sharper, fill it in, and then start to blend it with your lash line. You want to make it look seamless, just like that. And I'm gonna go do the other side off camera. Did that look even to you guys? Don't answer that. Now that that is drying really quickly, I'm gonna do my mascara. And for mascara, I'm gonna use the Kylash from Kylie Cosmetics. And I am surprised that I like this because it's so volumizing and it keeps my lashes curled. So that's what I like about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and curl my lashes with the Revlon eyelash curler. And the way I curl them is kind of weird, so yes, just like that, just like that. And I'm gonna go with my mascara now. So I start at the tips and I never touch the root of my lashes. I just keep the mid and ends because I find that it's best to keep your lashes curled like that. And the crazy thing about it is that I only use one coat of mascara and it's been doing just fine. Maybe because I have like longer lashes, but I'm like very surprised because I know some people do like 2 coats, 3 coats, and that's how they get their best lash. But I always kept it as one. While that is drying, I'm gonna touch up my eyeliner because it did get lifted off. So now that my eye look is done, I'm gonna move on to lips. and that would be the last thing I'll do. So I recently got this like new lip liner. This is the LA Girl Perfect Precision Lip Liner. This is in the shade Sugar and Spice, and it's a very like purpley mauvey brown tone. The way I use lip liner, I tend to overline my lips just a tiny bit. Once that is outlined, I am gonna shade. So once that is done, I'm gonna go with my next lip product, and this is the Makeup by Mario Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Serum, and this is in the shade Bronze Glow. I got this at Sephora, and the price of this is insane, but it is worth it. It gives me that good glossy lip balmy lip, and it's so pigmented. That is my lip combo. So my makeup is done, and this is what I do every single day whenever I have the time. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed today's video. You can like, comment, subscribe. I do like to know what sorts of videos I should make because I'm still starting out this YouTube thing, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.